Welcome to today's presentation. Let's dive into the basics of SQL and get started with this powerful language. On this slide, we're focusing on your first steps in managing databases, which is essential for anyone looking to work with data effectively. SQL, or Structured Query Language, is the standard tool we use to communicate with databases. It's like a universal language that allows us to create, read, update, and delete data, often summarized as CRUD operations. Getting comfortable with SQL opens up a lot of opportunities, whether you're analyzing data, building applications, or managing information systems. As we progress through this presentation, we'll see how foundational SQL skills are the backbone of data management in nearly every industry. So, think of this as your starting point, your first steps toward mastering database management with SQL. Let's talk about SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. It's really the standard way we manage and manipulate databases today. Think of SQL as a translator. It helps you communicate with a database, asking questions and giving instructions in a language it understands. If you're working with data at all, mastering SQL is an essential skill. It's the bridge between you and the data, making complex data handling much more manageable. Remember, understanding SQL is a key part of becoming proficient in data management and analysis. Let's take a closer look at SQL Play, your mobile SQL sandbox. This application is designed to give you a friendly, immediate environment to practice SQL without any hassle. You don't need to worry about complex setups or configurations. Once you open it, you get an instant database ready for you to experiment with. Now, for your very first command, I want to highlight the two most important parts of the app that you'll be focusing on. These are the core areas that will help you get started quickly and confidently. We'll explore how to input your commands and how to see the results, making the whole process smooth and intuitive. This setup aligns perfectly with our overall goal, making SQL accessible and approachable, even on the go. So, let's dive into these key features and see how simple it is to start practicing right away. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. All right, so on this slide, we're focusing on the query editor, which is really the heart of writing your SQL commands. The large text box you see is where you'll type all your queries. Think of it as your command center for telling the database what data you want. For example, if you write select title from employees, what you're doing is asking the database to retrieve the titles from the employees table. It's a simple yet powerful way to communicate exactly what data you're interested in. This part of the process is crucial because it's where your questions to the database come to life. Remember, the way you write your commands directly impacts the results you get. By mastering this, you're effectively learning how to talk to your database clearly and efficiently. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding how to write these commands is fundamental to harnessing the full potential of SQL and making data work for you. All right, now let's talk about how to run your SQL commands. When you're ready to execute the command you've written, simply tap the green play button. This is the key step in turning your code into action. The green play or send button is what sends your SQL command directly to the database for processing. Once you tap it, you'll notice that the area below the editor updates. It will either display the data you requested or show a confirmation message. This immediate feedback is crucial because it confirms whether your command was successful or if adjustments are needed. Remember, mastering this step is essential for efficient database interaction, and it ties into the overall goal of making data management more accessible and straightforward for everyone. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. All right, now it's time to get hands-on with querying our database. As you can see, the employees table has more than just the title column. There are plenty of other pieces of information stored there. So, let's try to retrieve something different. Instead of the full details, we'll just get the names. What you want to do is type in this query, select name from employees. This command tells the database, hey, give me just the names of all the employees. Once you've written that, go ahead and run it by clicking the green play button. When you do, you'll see the names pop up. It's like magic. This step is key because it shows how flexible SQL queries can be. allowing you to pick out exactly the data you need. Remember, understanding how to extract specific information efficiently is a fundamental part of working with databases, and that's what makes querying such a powerful tool. So give it a try, see the results, and keep these concepts in mind as we move forward. So what's next in SQL? Well, it's always exciting to keep exploring new keywords that can really enhance how we work with data. Let's start with WHERE. This is such a powerful tool because it allows us to filter results, so we can target exactly the data we're interested in. Whether we're looking for specific records or narrowing down a large dataset, WHERE helps us do that efficiently. Next up is insert. This keyword is all about adding new data to our tables. Imagine you have a new customer or a new transaction. Insert is how you bring that fresh information into your database. It's fundamental for expanding your data set and keeping everything up to date. And then there's update. This one is crucial because it lets us change existing data. Maybe a customer's contact info has changed, or a status needs updating. Update makes those modifications straightforward and keeps our data accurate over time. Together, these keywords, WHERE, insert, and update, are key tools that will help you manipulate and manage your data with confidence. As you continue exploring SQL, you'll find these commands will become second nature and open up even more possibilities for your data projects.